Here we go, back again with another video. Now, today I want to discuss a few topics. Now, first of all, I was going to do a reaction video to Phil Parkinson's interview last night. I never heard it until 5 minutes ago, but I thought, no, I'm going to listen to it first, give him the benefit of the doubt, it can't be that bad. But now I've listened to the interview, I've took a few quotes what he actually said about the game. I mean, yesterday's match, it was one of the worst games of football I've seen as a Sunderland fan. And Stuart Donald as an owner has brought together a collectiveness of individuals that have come together in Sunderland. There's only, I think, Aidan McGeady, Gooch and Hume out of the players that should be in the first team and are in the first team squad that are left. All the rest of them are being brought together by either Stuart Donald, Jack Ross or Phil Parkinson. So they're a bunch of championship rejects or League One wannabes. And you know, at the end of the day, we fell from grace. And last night was rock bottom. I'm not one, I'm a sensitive, emotional man. Right. I'm a sensitive and emotional person, right? And I watched George Dobson last night. And now I look back at it, I feel sorry for the lad. He's a lovely lad. I met him once, he seemed dead caring, dead nice, he seemed dead friendly, and I bet his family are proud. But he's just not good enough for Sunderland. After last night's performance, that was probably the worst performance I've seen from an individual playing for Sunderland. The numerous times George Dobson did not pass that ball to Sunderland player was crazy. I couldn't believe how many times he passed. At one point, I mean, I went to Specsavers this season for the first time. This year for the first time, because I'm long-sighted to get some glasses. And I thought at one point, does George Dobson need glasses? Because he was hitting every Rochdale player, another Sunderland player. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. You know, so I feel for the lad, because he must be feeling really bad the day after that performance. He must be absolutely gutted to get labelled the worst performance in the Sunderland shirt. He couldn't pass the ball. But a quote from Phil Parkinson says, outstanding passing. Phil Parkinson says it was outstanding passing last night. Philip Parkinson, you need to go to Specsavers along with George Dobson. Outstanding passing. Where did you find that from? Jesus Christ. The numerous times of Flanagan passed to a Rochdale player, Bailey Wright passed it out of play down the byline, and don't get me started with poor George Dobson. I'm not going to slate the lad, you know, he's a nice lad. I'm not going to slag him off or anything, but it was the worst performance in the Sunderland shirt. Outstanding passing. He couldn't even look the interviewer in the eye. If you watch the interview, he's like this when he's talking. He can't look the interviewer in the eye because he knows he's talking absolute bullshit. He's talking out of his arse for the sake of Stuart Donald. If he loses this job, where's he going to go? What job can he get? It's COVID, it's bad times, there's no money out there. He's trying his best to do what Stuart Donald wants him to do because he's getting paid money. Outstanding passing. Very, very good performance. Really. The midfield was something. We were being overrun in midfield. Rochdale's manager, Barry, what do we call him, Mr. Murphy, he must have sat down with the lads, with his team on Sunday and said, right, let's watch Sunderland's performance against Portsmouth. Let's see what Portsmouth did to stuff Sunderland. Sunderland won beaten all season. Let's watch a game. Let's watch them play Swindon first. We'll sit down, we'll watch Sunderland versus Swindon or Sunderland versus Charlton or any other game against Peterborough, whatever they did. We'll watch these matches. Now let's watch the Portsmouth match. What did Portsmouth do that those other teams didn't do? They went for the jugular in midfield. Their high press, they ran straight down midfield like the word didn't exist. Now, for me, one of those reasons Portsmouth could do that was because Ledbetter was probably tired. I don't care what anybody says, right? I've done two. When I was in my 20s, I'd done 3 races in a week. And you can't do it. The third race saps you. So 3 matches in a week. Fair enough. He might have gotten away with it against Rochdale if it was a third match. He might have gotten away with it against an Accrington Stanley if it was a third match. But against a rampant Portsmouth, you're not going to get away with it. It was found out. It's not Ledbetter's fault. But Rochdale knew it. Rochdale, they must have done the homework. Because and when they're saying there was only, when we went 3-4-3, they must have been rubbing their hands together. No Ledbetter. There's only Dobson and Power in midfield. Let's just rush at them. Let's just run straight through them. And it worked. Rochdale did the homework. The manager did the homework. It absolutely worked. And Phil Parkinson says, we had bravery last night. The tenacity, the bravery. Good rhythm. We played great. What match were you watching? Did you have the Man City match on? And the Champions League? Were you watching that match? And not this match? It's laughable. It's a laughable quote. It is. It's so bad, Phil. It's so bad. You're so stubborn. You really are stubborn and deluded. I mean, end of the day, I stuck by you last season when you went through that horrible run. You got beat off Gillingham. And you got a horrible draw. We lost against Burton. I stood by you. I said something the matter with that team. Give them a chance. But I can't defend the undefendable. It's embarrassing to defend you as a deluded man. You're deluded. You cannot defend that. Yes, the performance in the second half was better. But how many times did we pass the ball badly? Did we lose the ball? We didn't make really that many clear-cut chances. Yes, we hit the crossbar because finally Power went forward. He was going backward half the night. As soon as he gets the ball, he turns and he passes it back to the defence. The Power I want to see is the Power that first came to Sunderland, the Power that played for Wigan, who drives at the heart of the defence, passes the through balls to the forwards. Remember that goal he scored in the Capital Cup last year against the Championship side, or was it a Premier League side? Screamer. Remember the goal he scored last season, the Screamer? The shot he hit last night. He has it in his locker to score good goals if he gives himself the opportunity to try, but he cannot because there's no midfield around him to help him. Or he's being told to just defend and backtrack and pass the ball back. The slowest midfield in the history of football has to go to this team. Flanagan defends well coming forward. I've seen him in a couple of matches this season. Drive at the heart of the defence. Run through defenders. And get into the opposition's box. Last night, he got the ball. There was nobody within 20 yards of him. And he just dawdled and walked forward slowly. I'm thinking, run with the ball. Get at the midfield. It's so bad. And now I'm starting to think now, what somebody's come to mind is that we've been so good. We've been so good because we've had Ledbetter, who's played out of his skin this season so far, up until Portsmouth. Forget about Portsmouth. Let's go back to the first 6 matches. Played out of his skin. He gets back and he defends. Now he helps that defence. He protects that defence. When he wasn't there last night, the defence looked all at sea. They looked terrible. That included Bailey Wright. They looked bad. So is it Ledbetter who's making that defence look good? That's just a thought. That's just food for thought. Parkinson's A game. That's all he's got, an A game. Last season, went on a good run. Brilliant. Teams found us out. They found us out. Then we felt a bit, didn't make the playoffs. This season, we've gone on a decent run. Portsmouth found us out. Rochdale, cha-ching, realised the manager, Mr. Barry Murphy, thought, what did Portsmouth do? Let's do the same thing. And I guarantee you on Saturday, Gillingham will have done the homework and will be doing exactly the same thing, rushing at the midfield, our weakest part on the pitch. Unless we do something about it. Now, there's something that Marco Gabbiadini said on TalkSport the other day. Total Sport, sorry. Yeah. And it made a lot of sense. He said, why on earth are we playing Luke O'Nien at centre-back? Why? And why on earth are we still playing Luke O'Nien at right wing-back? He was brought in as a midfielder. He has the most amount of energy. He has the most drive, the most want. He isn't the most talented player in the world, I'm not saying that. And he is liable to the odd dodgy challenge. But he bloody wants to win. And he drives with the ball forward. And he bloody hell, he can jump high for a little guy. He wins great headers. He drives forward. He tries to win the ball. He puts the foot in. Why isn't he in the centre of midfield? Marco said, Phil Parkinson, and there's absolutely no way in a million years Phil Parkinson is going to do this. But he said, Phil Parkinson should say, right, I'm going to sit down with Luke 09. I'm going to ask Luke 09, where do you want to play? You are the man with the drive, the ambition, the passion, the want, the will, the determination to win. Where do you want to play? What position do you want to play? And that makes a hell of a lot of sense. When he played for Wickham in the centre of midfield, that was 3 years ago. He was a lot younger then. He's come on leaps and bounds since then. He's grown as a player since then. Forget about the red card. Centre-back's not his position. He should never play in defence. He should be in the midfield. Now, if we can get somebody with that kind of drive in midfield, now Scowen, apart from against Portsmouth, has that kind of, nippiness, drive about him, gets the ball. He wants to go forward as well. If we have Ledbetter as the holding midfielder protecting the defence on the halfway line, and you have 09 and Scowen getting ahead of themselves, we could be onto something a bit different there now. Now Power, again, could get in there with 09. But we've got to do something, because what we're doing at the moment, we're going to fall away. We are going to fall away. Teams are going to find us out. And this unbeaten run away from home, Phil Parkinson says, we're unbeaten away from home. We'll probably lose against Gillingham if we keep what we're doing at this moment in time. Now, I was going to do a Gillingham preview, but I'm not. I've had my little say, my little rant, my little talk. Last night was the worst performance from the worst collectiveness of players that Sunderland have ever had at this club. We're in League One for the third season. We're playing against 251 outsiders to win the league. Favourites to go down. And we scraped a draw. In the first half, we were poor in defence. Second half, we were better. But Phil Parkinson, as a stubborn man, every man and his dog, every one man and his dog, aliens in space, the birds flying by, the pigs in the farmer's field could see. We needed to make a change at half time. We needed to take off Dobson. He couldn't pass the ball for Toffee. So what did Phil Parkinson do? Because he decided to play Dobson to make a 3-4-3. He thought, I'll keep Dobson on for the full 90 minutes. Full 90 minutes. He brought off Maguire. And he brought on Scowen. And then he brings off Charlie Wyke, which, at the end of the day, he is the only player, along with Ledbetter, for me, and Denver Hume, who's improved this season. And credit where credit's due to Charlie Wyke. And he brought off Charlie Wyke, and he brought on Graham. It's like, why are you leaving George Dobson on from the first minute to the 90th minute? The poor lad, and I'm going to say poor lad, because I am an emotional human being, a sensitive man, and I do feel for the lad. He would make a good League 2 player. I don't think League 1, if we want to get promoted out of this league, we need better. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. So, if we did bring Luke 09 to the midfield, that would leave the right wing back open. We've got plenty of people who can fit in there. Plenty of people. Jack Diamond. Where's the youth of today? Jack Diamond and Dan Neil. We're being barking about these two lads. Why isn't Phil Parkinson nurturing these lads on the bench, giving them the opportunity? Dan Neil, full of energy. The one pass, when he was in sort of pre-season to Will Green was amazing. And we've got Jack Diamond who drives with the ball. We've got Jack Diamond who can do right back. We've got Colin McLaughlin. There's plenty of people there who can do the right wing back system. But Jack Diamond, he should be brought into the side more. When he came on against Swindon, he was good. He played against Carlisle. He showed a lot of exuberance. And he did really well. But let's remember, Jack Diamond's a young lad. Young player still learning the game. He needs game time. He needs a run of games as well. And he will get better. He could be an absolute gem. Pardon the pun, gem, diamond. But he could be an absolute gem. And we don't even know because he doesn't get any game time at all. So, Phil Parkinson, you need to start up the ante and improve yourselves. Now, like I said before, I was going to do a preview for Gillingham match, but I really can't be bothered after last night. I can't be bothered. But yes, Gillingham play in England and they play somewhere and they're doing all right. And they lost to Ipswich 1-0 last night. But if you want to do the score predictions, put it down in the comment section below. I'm going for... I can't say we're going to lose. I can't say we're going to draw. So I'm going Gillingham 1, Sunderland 2. We'll squeeze a win out somehow, somewhere. When, if Luke O'Nine's eligible to play, he plays him in midfield and Jack Diamond down the right-hand side wing-back position, puts a cross in and Luke O'Nine's driving in, diving header, back in the net, gets the winning goal, 2-1, there we go, 3 points to Phil Parkinson, and then Phil Parkinson come out and say, what an amazing performance, what a pass from Jack Diamond and Luke O'Nine, my bit of brilliance. I thought, I'll put him in midfield, I thought I'd take him out of his comfort zone, put him in midfield, and it's worked wonders. Well done, Phil Parkinson, you've won 3 points against Gillingham. Now, you think you can get the score prediction right? Put it down in the comment section below. Now, I don't know whether anybody got 2-2 against Rochdale. I've been that depressed all day. I haven't looked, but I will look after this video is uploaded. And if you like music, pop over and see Bella Music, B-E-L-A Music, a Sunderland busker from Southwick. Check out his channel, subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated, and he will be because he loves music and he's a good singer. He's almost as good as, I'm going to say me there, but Elvis Presley. You know, some people do like my singing, but some people don't like my singing. It's Marmite, isn't it? Marmite. So, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget the live stream on Saturday. Spooky Halloween live stream. And I'll try and make it fun. If that's possible when you're watching Sunderland. But yes, remember the live stream. And is it early this weekend? Someone let me know in the comment section. Is it 1 o'clock? Gillingham like that. Early kickoffs. So I'm at work, so I might get home in time, quickly get ready, go for a run, get back, and I'm waffling on now. So yes, don't forget, and also SFC Fan TV, remember that tomorrow night, Thursday night, the Sunday bunch on the Thursday, so it's a Thursday bunch. Right, enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your night, we'll catch you later.